Hey guys, Nick here and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing my first what's in my camera bag video. You know, as a content creator, these are probably some of the most interesting videos to watch on YouTube. It's just good to see what other people use. Some people have massive kits, other people like myself have quite a small kit. So let's get into what I use, not only to create YouTube videos, but also what I use professionally. And as you'll notice that this is actually a very small bag. And that's because I try to keep everything in here as minimal as possible, because having too much stuff just overwhelms me and just makes it a bit harder to create. So before we get on with the bag itself, let's just start with what's strapped to the side of the bag, which is my portable tripod GorillaPod of choice. And it is the Joby GorillaPod 5K Video Pro. Little bit of a long name, if we can get it off here. It's quite new, so legs are still really stiff. So the Joby 5K Video Pro is basically a 5K GorillaPod. So we're talking metal joints down the bottom here. We've got a metal head as well, but because it's a Video Pro version, it has what they call a fluid tripod head. So you can control how stiff the panning and the tilt is, and it's really great for creating nice smooth motion in video. And I use that mainly, I mean, I don't vlog, and I think this is a bit heavy to vlog with. Maybe the 3K would be better, but I use this for, you know, just run and gun stuff. Sit it down, you know, put the camera on, you can level it, and then you can get some nice panning shots, controlling the dampening and all that sort of stuff. So that's what I use it for. It's much better than carrying around a larger tripod, because tripods are just one of the things I absolutely hate. I will probably need to invest in a more photography-based tripod, but we'll wait for the Peak Design one to drop you know, in retail for that. But that's what I have strapped to the outside, my 5K Video Pro. All right, so moving on to the bag itself. This is the backpack by Douchebags, which is the company created by Johan Olsen, a YouTuber and extreme sports guy. I have reviewed some of their bags before, link up above if you want to check that out. And when I actually reviewed that bag, that's the 30-liter Hugger. My biggest issue with that is it actually felt really, really big. And over the years, using different camera bags, I've realized that I prefer a smaller bag just because it really forces you to think about what you put in it, and it also doesn't look too bulky. So this is actually like a 21-liter bag, so pretty small. And you'll notice as well that this is a very vibrant color. I have in the past gone with like the matte black, you know, the sort of stealthy option, but I went with the red for this one. The reason why, and I think it's genius, is because one, I actually really like the color, but two, red is one of those colors that really pops in photos. And so if I'm out and, you know, taking photos with other people and I want to get a photo of myself, it's just a really awesome color that will contrast really well with the environment, because red is just not one of those colors that naturally occurs a lot, apart from like flowers and sunsets and stuff like that. So if you're out in winter and everything's covered in snow, you know, the red's gonna pop really nicely. So I picked this because I like the color, but also because I think it's gonna really make some awesome photos. And I was getting a bit tired of black. Everyone's got black bags. Now, Douchebags have just released a newer version of this. It's a little bit bigger, it's 26 liters. And I actually really like that one, but it's so expensive. Like for an Australian or even Canadian, it was gonna be like $500. It's a bit too much for me. Now, there are a few things I'm a bit unsure about with this bag. Chief of all is mainly the weatherproofing and whether or not this is going to hold up in the snow. It is made of this sort of like nylon material, and the zippers aren't as weather sealed as some of the other bags I've used. So look, that'll be something we figure out at a later date, but I really like the way it looks with the black and the red, and yeah, so far so good. So let's go to the laptop compartment, which sits along the back here. So there's a nice little zipper there. And the laptop or computer that I'm currently using is the 2018 MacBook Air. It's not the most powerful computer, but you'll be surprised at what you can do. Like all my latest videos, tutorials, and all that, if you follow the channel, have been done on this laptop. So it is pretty capable. I did post on the channel, you know, maybe a month or so ago saying I need to downgrade for money reasons. This is what I've downgraded to. It's all right for now. I'll probably upgrade to a Pro at a later date when everything works out. But yeah, so 2018 MacBook Air is what I currently use. And that is just the base model as well, so no extra bells and whistles. Up the top here, the backpack has a nice little quick access pocket, and here's where I have everything that I'm gonna need quick access to. So First of all is my headphones, which is the AirPods. This is all I use now. I used to have some noise canceling Beats, which were really good, but added bulk, and I just, I use these more often than not because they're so inconspicuous, chucking them in your ear, and they're so small, and the battery lasts for ages. So AirPods. I also in here have my power bank, battery bank of choice, which is a RAV Power 26,800 milliamp hour battery. This thing is huge. It's got so much charge and can charge not only my camera, but it can also charge my laptop, everything in this bag, it can charge. So that is super good. I only carry around the one, that's all I've ever needed. So there's the RAV Power. To charge everything with, I have this chiffon cable. It's a braided cable. You can see it's quite long. It's just a regular USB-A at the end, and it splits into two Lightning, a USB-C, and a micro USB at the other side. So this is great because now I can charge multiple devices off of the one charger. So I use that cable all the time. And then again, the last thing at the top here is my battery charger for the Nikon Z6. It's a RAV Power battery charger, so third party, and we just got two batteries in there. That just sits at the top here so that I can swap out batteries nice and quick. And again, because that's micro USB, I can charge that with the power bank, so it's good that it's stored in there so I can charge it on the go as well. Ooh, all right, so that's that quick access pocket. Now onto the main cavity of the bag. Now this is another thing that some people don't like. It is a front access or front flat bag. I personally don't really have an issue with it, but I can see why some people do. So we're gonna open that, and inside, hopefully nothing falls out. You can see we've got all the kit there. Now there is a fair bit of organization in this bag, and one of the things I love is it's not too much, so it's not overwhelming. So we have some pockets on the side here that are zipper pockets. We also have some on the lid as well to store some computer bits. And yeah, so let's start with the lid. So in the lid, I just keep a couple of cables and stuff like that. We have an XQD card reader because, we need one for the Nikon Z6. I also have a USB-C to USB-A dongle. Pretty much the only dongle I need now because I really don't use that many devices that aren't USB-C. So I just need this one, and that's for the XQD card reader. And then moving on to the next flap again, try to keep things pretty minimal, and it's my portable hard drive. So it's a Samsung T5. This is a pretty small capacity one. It's only 250 gig. I want to upgrade to the 2 terabyte one at some point so I can get rid of my bulky one, but I use this to edit all my videos off of because the laptop is the base model, so only 128 gigs of storage in that one. All right, so before we go to the camera cube, I'll talk about what's in the top cavity of the bag. So I have my LaCie 2 terabyte rugged hard drive. Like I said, I want to replace this with a 2 terabyte T5 because this is just a bit too bulky, and because it's a hard drive, it is just a bit too slow, especially when editing photos. That's what I've really noticed, is it just chugs. So that's next to go on the list, but I use it, really good, really rugged. I also have my Nintendo Switch because, you know what, when you're traveling around, you're sitting in the car, on a train or a plane, it's really good to have something to do apart from edit if you've already edited everything. So I always carry my Switch with me. I'm not a huge gamer, but it's fun to have some casual games, play a bit of Smash Brothers. It's all pretty good. So that's all sort of like the knick-knack stuff, right? The stuff that's not really, you got to have, but it's not necessary. The rest is the camera gear. And like I said, this is a minimal camera kit because I find the less gear I have, the more creative I can be. So there are no gimbals in here, and I don't own a gimbal anymore. I've sold them all because A, they're too big, and B, they just take a bit too much time to set up and take to shoots, and I find I can get equal results or close to comparative results without one, because for a lot of the B-roll I shoot for clients, it's in super slow motion, so I can stabilize it in post and they don't really notice. So yeah, no gimbal in here. So let's start off with the portable light that I use in my kit. Now I used to have the Aperture ALM9, or I still do have it. It's a little pocket credit card size light, but it was never quite powerful enough, and it's only the one color, so it can only get brighter at that one temperature. And so I wanted something a bit bigger. A company reached out to me. They wanted to send me out this F7 pocket light, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'm in the market for one, so send it out. What it is it's a portable battery powered light that charges via USB-C, which is awesome. And the best part about it is that when you turn it on, it is got different colors that you can change through. So you can change different hues and saturations. You can also change the brightness of the light, and you can change whether or not you want it to be RGB or if you just want it to be, you know, based off of Kelvin. So this is a really great light, and it is super, super bright if we turn it all the way up. And it has an LED screen on the back to tell you, you know, what settings you're on, brightness and all that sort of stuff. So really good light and really, you know, durable metal construction. And I do have a little tripod thread here so I can, you know, clip it to the top of the camera. It's a really good key light. You'd be surprised by, you know, how good it is. So that's the light that I use of choice. Microphone of choice, I've just got the Rode Video Mic Go here and also a little bit of a dead cat. I actually don't recommend you buy this because between this and the Video Micro, there's like a $20 price difference. I think the Micro is way better because it's a lot smaller and the quality is pretty much, you know, majority of people are not going to notice the difference. So I wouldn't get the Video Go. I actually don't like it that much. I wish I hadn't have gotten it. Probably get the Micro, and again, I'll probably get the Micro for this because I don't need the Pro, like the big, you know, $300 one, because I use lav mics majority of the time. So just something small for scratch audio would be good. But anyway, that's the microphone I have in there at the moment. Moving on, we have not that much in. So I got a lens cap, which I don't really use anymore, but it's there anyway. I also have my camera strap of choice, which is the Peak Design Slide Lite. I actually really like this camera strap because it's really quick to adjust and I can clip it on and off. And this is generally how I get all my stable shots for clients. I pull it nice and tight and that's how I get my shots. And again, worked really well. And I really like the fact that I can just take it off and not have it on the camera if I don't want it. So the Peak Design Slide Lite. Next, really only two more things. I have my filter, which is a circular polarizer from Polar Pro. They did send this out to me, but really great because I love shooting landscapes. So that has been really clutch for me. I don't have a variable ND yet. Definitely something I need to get, but so far I've just been over cranking and under cranking the shutter. So whatever, no big issues there. And last but not least is the camera. You guys all know it if you follow the channel. It is the Nikon Z6. I really love this camera. It's just perfect, the way it fits in my hand, the quality. The lens of choice that I have is the 24-70 f2.8 Z mount lens. So super expensive lens, but really great quality. And to be honest, I don't need anything else but this. 24mm is definitely wide enough for me. For landscapes, you know, the ultra wide look is just not for me. And the fact that I can go to 70mm to shoot portraits is really great. And because they do allow you to shoot in super 35mm mode or DX sensor mode, you do get a little bit of extra reach there as well. So you get about 100mm on the long end there. So, you know, if I want to get that extra sort of zoom, I can. But yeah, the ergonomics of this camera are great. The weather sealing's fantastic. So this is, yeah, I absolutely love this camera. And I also have the Polar Pro lens cap on it. I'm actually not sure what they call it. Defender maybe, I don't know. But yeah, really like this lens cap because it's, you know, nice and rubbery and nice hard top, and yeah, it's just really easy to put on. So that is what's in my camera bag, guys. Not a whole lot, right? I definitely have tried my very best to keep it as minimal as possible. And like I said, there are a few things here that I do want to get rid of, like the big hard drive. I want to get another T5 that's maybe 2 terabytes. I want to get rid of the microphone because I think it's a bit too big. But the whole idea is just a small kit that can get the job done. And with what I have here, I think it's fantastic. I really do want to get the new douchebags, the backpack, the 26 liter one. I think that'd be a really perfect size. And it also looks like it's made out of a more weatherproof material. But yeah, who can afford a $500 bag? So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more videos like this one. And until the next one, guys, see ya.